All right. Edwin Uceta suspended 3 games for throwing at Castellanos against the Phillies. Bryce Harper comes unglued. And then Castellanos follows it up after the game because Uceta got absolutely tanked that inning. It was like 4 or 5 runs, and then he gets up and plunks Castellanos. And Castellanos says, quote, it's like it's like my 2-year-old throwing a tantrum because I took his dessert away too early. Like, I mean, so we were kind of talking about this last week with Whit Merrifield and like the throwing at guys on purpose. Like these guys throw way too hard for them to continue to do this. And I think hitters should be upset about this kind of stuff. And 3 games is rightfully so. Like suspension is the right move there. But
it does. It piggybacks off the things we were talking about last week. I think the league's got to do something about it. I mean, I think pitching inside is important. I think, making hitters uncomfortable is important. These guys are too good. If they're just digging in and they're completely comfortable at the plate, I mean, you're at a disadvantage. So I think it's important to be able to throw inside and make guys uncomfortable in the sense of like, okay, is it in, is it out? Are we, kind of on my heels a little bit, but they shouldn't have to worry about, a guy's upset because he doesn't have his best stuff. So he's coming through my ear hole like that shouldn't have to be a worry. No. And, there's a fine line. I mean, there's a fine line, and I don't know how to police it right now. Like, I don't think I have the answer, but they got to do something about it because, you can't wait until somebody gets really severely hurt and then say, okay, we're going to do something about this. Like at that point, it's a little bit too late. Right. So I think they got to do something. I think they got to get together with the players union and the umpires and everybody's got to get together and kind of understand that something's got to give here. Can't take away the inside of the plate. Got to be able to make the hitters uncomfortable while keeping it relatively safe. Hit batters are going to happen. But we can't have somebody just willingly throwing at a guy.
Yeah.
Because he's uncomfortable, because he's unhappy with the way the inning's going. I mean, you can't have that.
Right. That's the thing with me is like that just screams to me that you're mentally soft. That like, okay, I mean, I've been rocked in some outings pitching, and never was I going to be like, yeah, I'm going to drill the next guy because I don't have it. Like, no, like I'm going to battle and try to get the next guy out. Does he take me deep? Yeah, sure, whatever. But I'm not going to plunk him just because I don't have it that day. It doesn't make any sense to me. But
so I only saw the pitch. Like I didn't see was it the first pitch of the at-bat?
Yeah, I believe so. And but it was after he had given up 4 or 5 runs.
Yeah, but it was the first pitch to Castellanos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can't have that.
No. All right, so this trend is continuing, which is blowing my mind. 2 no-hit bids lost with 2 outs in the 9th. Again, this has been like the 5th or 6th time this year already. I say already, we got 3 weeks left of the season, but it's just I don't get it. It's like they get it. There's 26 outs, and then the 27th one, like nobody seems to be able to cap off. But Bowden Francis for the Blue Jays had it. Francisco Lindor. Maybe it wasn't 2 outs in the 9th for him. It was the 9th inning. Lindor gets up, hits a solo shot. The Mets put up another 6 runs. They score like 7 runs in the 9th and come back and win that game, which is tough to see. You take a no-hitter into the 9th and then lose by 6. It's like, that one's tough. But then the Tigers had a combined no-hitter against the Orioles until Gunnar Henderson laces a 2-out 9th inning triple down the right field line to break that up. But just like, it's one of those baseball anomalies that just keeps happening. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk out the other side of my mouth here because I think it was last week I got out there and I was like, yeah, it's not a perfect game. No hitters. They're not as impressive as they used to be. But it does go to show you, man, getting that 27th out is not easy.
Right.
It's not easy. Whether it's a combined, whether it's one guy going all the innings, I don't care how many walks, hit batsman, errors. Like getting that 27th out, the game is not over until you get that last out. And this week has showed us. I mean, it's hard. These are all big league hitters, man. And it's a pride thing for these guys. It's a pride thing. I mean, you'd be fooling yourself if there's a no-hitter, whether it's a 1-run game, whether it's an 8-run game. I mean, you're fooling yourself if you think these guys aren't getting up there being like, I'm the guy that's going to break it up. Right? It's a pride thing.
Right.
They're all big league hitters, and it's a sense of me versus him, and sometimes you got to tip your cap.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a season where this has happened this many times. Like, it's just, oh yeah, that one's a hard one. That one's different. That one's a blown call. That wasn't a hitter taking it away.
He got the 27,000.
He did, right? Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember. I remember like Schilling coming close with the Red Sox. I think it was against the A's. He gave one up with 2 outs in the ninth.
In Oakland. Wakefield lost it with 2 outs in the ninth in Oakland. Schilling lost a perfect game to a bunt when he was pitching in Arizona.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember the guy's name. He dragged it down like right in between the first and second baseman.
Yeah. I don't remember. But
which people, that still comes up on my feed every now and again about like, is this Bush League? Is it not? And like, I think it kind of is a little bit, but it's like,
totally. It's one of those,
man. Again,
it's one of those unwritten rules,
right? Yeah. Like, there's no pictures in the scorecard. Scorecard says single,
right? Yeah, line drive in the book.
Yeah, it's a single in the book. I don't know. I mean, I think it kind of is, but it's tough, man. Getting that last out, whether it's a perfect game, whether it's a no hitter, man. It's got to be the hardest out of the game.
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah. I mean, you're 100 to 110 pitches in. You're gassed. Like, do you have adrenaline? Probably a little bit, but
yeah, but you're running on fumes.
Yeah. All right. Speaking about a guy that has no adrenaline, Garrett Cole intentionally walking Devers with the bases empty, 1 out. I mean, if I'm Garrett Cole, like I get it. Devers has absolutely beat the crap out of me. And instead of giving up another solo shot, like I'll take my chances with the rest of the Red Sox lineup. Like, did it pan out for him? Nope. Like, not at all.
Those often don't.
Fair.
Like, those types of decisions often come back to kind of bite you. Because again, it's big league hitters, man. I mean, it's a pride thing. It's like, oh, you don't want to face this guy because you think I'm an easier out. Like, you think the rest of the team is a bunch of bums, so you're just going to walk, pitch you. Like, it's different pitching around a guy versus like I give up the at bat.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you pitch around a guy, you make him take some pitches, fouls off a couple of tough ones, whatever. He ends up working a 5, 6, 7 pitch walk. Like, pitching around somebody is different. Like, you just throw up the 4 fingers. It's like, F this guy. I don't want to face this guy. I'll face the rest of them. More often than not, that's going to come back to bite you.
Yeah. No, I agree. Does intentionally walking a batter count toward your pitch count?
I don't think anymore because you're just throwing up the fingers, right?
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I didn't know if it did or not.
I don't know. I've never looked that closely, but I can't imagine how it would.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, but whatever.